Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on notifications, because what I'm about to show you is not just another coin story, it's a journey through time that could change the way you look at collecting forever. Imagine holding a small, unassuming coin in the palm of your hand. At first glance, it might seem ordinary, something easily overlooked in a drawer, but the story it carries is extraordinary. This is not just metal struck into shape, it is history compressed into a single piece, a fragment of an era that has long since passed. And today, we are going to uncover one of the most fascinating, yet overlooked treasures ever to emerge from South Africa, the one penny from 1937. Now, to really understand why this coin is so special, we need to step back nearly a century. South Africa in the 1930s was a country in transition. The echoes of the First World War still reverberated across the globe, economies were struggling, and yet in the midst of hardship, the South African Mint was quietly producing coins that would one day captivate collectors around the world. The 1937 penny is one of those coins, a coin that, on the surface, might seem humble, but underneath, it carries a story of craftsmanship, politics, and scarcity that makes it extraordinary. This coin was minted during the reign of King George VI, a period marked by both global turmoil and technological progress. Every line, every detail on the penny tells a story of an era when coins were not just currency, but symbols of national pride and artistry. The image of the king, the intricate design on the reverse, the very metal itself, all of it is a reflection of the values and challenges of South Africa in that era. And what makes this coin even more fascinating is its rarity. Not every coin survives the wear of decades. Many were lost, melted down, or simply forgotten. Collectors often speak of the elusive nature of the 1937 penny. There are whispers in the numismatic community of specimens that are in such pristine condition that they are almost mythical, pieces that have survived wars, economic shifts, and the passage of time untouched. To hold one of these coins is to hold a tangible connection to a world long gone, a world that shaped the lives of millions and left behind these silent witnesses in copper and bronze. But what does rarity really mean? It isn't just about how few coins were minted. It's about condition, history, and provenance. Some coins are abundant in circulation but hold little appeal to collectors because their story is ordinary. The 1937 South African penny is different. Its scarcity is compounded by the stories attached to each surviving piece. Imagine a coin that has passed through countless hands over decades, from the pockets of ordinary citizens to the collection of a dedicated numismatist, each owner adding a layer to its history. That is the power of this coin. It is not just an artifact, it is a silent witness to history itself. Now, let's talk about craftsmanship. In the 1930s, coin production was a meticulous art. Every die was hand-engraved, every press carefully monitored. Modern mass production methods had not yet fully replaced the precision of skilled mint workers. That means each 1937 penny carries subtle differences, minute imperfections that make each specimen unique. Collectors learn to identify these nuances, the tiniest signs of wear, or the slight variation in the design, because these small details can dramatically affect the coin's value. And speaking of value, this is where the story gets really intriguing. Coins are not just about metal or numbers, they are about stories, rarity, and desire. A coin that might have once been pocket change can, over time, transform into a treasure sought after by collectors around the world. The 1937 South African penny is one of those rare coins where history, scarcity, and craftsmanship converge to create something truly remarkable. But it isn't just the story of rarity that makes this coin fascinating. It's also the era it represents. Picture South Africa in the 1930s, a country grappling with economic challenges, balancing the influences of British rule with a distinct local identity. Coins were not just money, they were symbols of stability, pride, and sovereignty. The design choices, the metals used, even the smallest engravings on the coin reflect these forces at play. In holding a 1937 penny, you hold a piece of that cultural and historical tapestry, a connection to the hopes, struggles, and daily lives of people nearly a century ago. Collectors often talk about the thrill of discovery. That moment when a coin, seemingly ordinary, reveals its true significance. Imagine sifting through a pile of old coins and coming across a 1937 penny in exceptional condition. The excitement is palpable, because you know that this small, copper disc is not just currency, it is a key to history, a tangible link to a past era. And in the collector's world, such finds are the stuff of legend. Now, let's add another layer to the story, the human element. Every coin has passed through hands, experienced life, and endured the way of decades. The 1937 penny has survived because, somewhere along the way, someone recognized its value, or perhaps simply cherished it without knowing its potential worth. That human connection, the choices made by those who owned it before us, is what makes collecting so compelling. Each coin carries not only its physical characteristics but also the invisible imprint of the lives it has touched, and that brings us to the allure of rarity in the collector's market. While many coins of the era exist, only a fraction of 1937 pennies remain in conditions that truly excite serious collectors. Mint condition examples are virtually unheard of, and even those with minor imperfections are highly coveted. The scarcity, combined with the historical significance and intricate craftsmanship, creates a perfect storm that drives interest, desire, and ultimately, value. But there's more than just market forces at play here. The 1937 penny is a symbol of legacy. For men in our target age group, this coin resonates on a personal level. It is a reminder of the past, a connection to the stories of fathers, grandfathers, and the world they lived in. It evokes memories of an era when collecting coins was not just a hobby but a way to preserve history, a tangible way to touch the past in a way that books or photographs cannot fully convey. The excitement builds as we consider provenance. Each coin has a journey, and the most valuable specimens have the most fascinating histories. Perhaps one was part of a renowned collection, carefully stored and passed down through generations. Another might have been lost to time, only to resurface decades later in an attic or estate sale. These stories add to the mystique, the aura, and the ultimate allure of owning such a piece. Collectors don't just buy coins, they buy history, mystery, and the thrill of holding.